Hello, everybody. It's Cassie Olberg in Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania. I am here with the very first sketch from 2025. Did you join me on the Creative Memories virtual crop last week? If you're not in that group, you might want to hop in there. It is a lot of fun, and you do sketches, and then you post your projects, and you can go in for prizes. So I am committed to doing the virtual crop every week or every month this year. And then weekly, I'll come in and I will show you how to do it onto Fast2Fab pages. Fast2Fabulous pages are my absolute favorite. And so that's why I chose to do that for this year. So what I'm going to do is pull up my page and go ahead and get started. And feel free to say hello if you're here. I'm streaming this to my YouTube and my page. So every month they will drop at least 4 sketches, which is very convenient because that means that I can then do them on here. So we're going to start with the week 1 sketch, and you can go over and you can actually download this little packet. It's a PDF. Hello, Lori. So good to see you. So it's a little PDF that you can print, or you can just pull it right up on your screen. Honestly, I just printed this right before I came on here to show you guys. So I don't work from the printed, but I thought it would be nice to have it handy whenever I'm showing you guys what I did. But you can do it right from the screen. You don't have to do any printing. So anyway, this is week 1. And as you can see, it shows you borders going down the side. It shows these pictures, but it's only a single page. So the first thing I did was I turned it into a double page. I always turn mine into double page spreads. It just works a lot nicer for me. And then I flipped through my Fast2Fab pages. Now, what I was looking for when I flipped through my Fast2Fab pages was something that would have a border that would have a border that went down the side, because I want this colored part in the background. See? So what I did was I found this double page spread in the Passport collection. And then I pulled out a piece of paper, and we're actually going to do this with Noteworthy, but I'm just showing you how I chose it to help you whenever you're deciding what to use. So I chose a piece of paper that matched as closely as possible, and this one actually matched perfectly the paper that was over here. So this border just went all the way up to the edges, but then if you look at this, it has the same color page in the background. So I just went ahead and chose a piece of paper to pull it together. And then I chose a border that I liked for the sides, and I used the mats. So we're going to go ahead and walk through that with Noteworthy. But that's just to kind of give you an idea in case you're trying to pull some supplies to do this with me. Okay, so we'll move that out of the way. So if you flip through Noteworthy, I'm just going to flip through what didn't work. So I need something that goes down the insides, right? So these are going to work for some great ideas that we're going to do later. Oh, this one would actually work really nicely if I flipped it. Let's see. No, because it has to flip like this. So this one would not flip nicely to work for this page. Just looking for ones that would work. I'm going to give you an idea, and I already pulled the 2 sets that I thought worked perfectly. But this is a beautiful collection. So some of them don't work because when you flip the page, it still goes to the outside. So see, that still goes to the outside, not the inside. And I'll show you what I mean on the pages I chose. And you don't have to keep these in the order. When you get your Fast2Fab pages, this is just like having a piece of paper that you're going to scrapbook on, right? So you don't have to keep them in the order that they're in. I see a lot of people I see a lot of people trying to work with them and thinking that that's what they need to do, and that's just not the case. So let's pop over here to what I chose to work with. So this one is a great choice. Look at this. It has 2 borders that go down the inside. I think that when they were in the album, they might have been flipped the other way, but you can turn them so that your staples are on the inside, and just look and see what the possibilities are. So this would work nicely. And look, there was another choice that would work nicely for this sketch. Both beautiful options. Both have these borders down the inside. So that's the first thing you do. You go through and you just choose what is going to work for you. The other thing that I always remember is not only do my pages not have to stay in the same order, but my pictures, I can scrapbook those out of order too, right? Because maybe the pictures that I have don't work for the sketch I want to do right away. Okay, so now we need to go ahead and make this inside part match this. And you just want to choose, all the collections come really nicely. There's paper packs that you can get that go really nice with it. So this is going to work really well for this double page layout. And I just need a like 3/4 inch strip. Will go down the inside. Just need something to pull that together and match your sketch. So I'm going to do 2 3/4 inch strips as my first thing. So now we have those. Now I'll grab my tape. And I always use a repositionable when I'm doing this because if I change my mind along the way, I can just pop it back up. So we're going to just tape these down the inside. And I challenged my customers to do these with me every week because then they're going to get a double page spread done every single week. And imagine what will happen with that. Then they're going to end up with 104 completed pages. And that's going to be super exciting. Okay, so now we have that. Now we need our border that's going to go down here. And I chose 2 different ones to make my my slide reel from. So this is just the slide reel punch. So I'm going to need 2 of each of these. And I always look when I go to do my punches to make sure that there's not a directional on either side. Also, I don't want to punch on this because I'll have a whole bunch of little pieces stuck to it. But I always make sure it's not directional because if it is, then even if I'm going to use the non-directional side, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make sure that I go the right direction for the side that is directional in case I want to use it for something later. So just always something to think about. Okay, so here's one. And then this is one of the ones that has little triangles to help you line up. I'm going to talk about those on this next punch. When I am scrapbooking, I usually flip it and do the other side. And then I can just do the trimming off when I'm going to be using the trimmer rather than going back and forth. So if you haven't used this, remember the punch space is between the 2 black lines. So I'm just going to bring this right back on here. I'm going to slide it in, come to the black line. And this is just such a nice versatile punch. When you slide it, you're going to bring it to the triangle. I love these ones that are repeating, and the triangle makes it so that you don't mess it up. If you're using the elegant diamonds, just remember that the first time that you punch, you're going to go to the first triangle. And then after that, you're going to slide that first one to the second triangle and the other one to the first one. I'll show you that one on my next YouTube next week. So this one, it's going to be, I like it when my lines go up and down. I'm actually going to use this side of the paper, but I'm going to do it with the lines going up and down just because if I change my mind, which I often do while I'm scrapping, then I will have them going the direction I want. So I'm going to make 2 of these. Okay, and if you're just tuning in, then I showed it with Passport Collection and why I picked the combinations I did before I got started with this noteworthy one. So you're gonna, every week you're gonna see it in 2 collections. You're gonna see the virtual crop in 2 collections built on Fast2Fab pages. And Fast2Fab save you time and money because there's already elements of the sketch there, so you don't have to do quite so much. But the other nice thing is that the papers are already there, and so you don't have to buy that whole sheet of backing paper, right? I think about all the paper I just saved. I don't have to cut this piece. I don't have to cut this piece. So it's a time and money saver. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put these ones down over here. Yep, I like the color. If I wanted to, I could switch it to that. And you know what? I think I am going to switch it to that. I originally chose that, but I'm flipping it. I'm flipping it. And so when you lay it out and you like something better, go with it. It's a great thing about scrapbooking. You just have fun with it. Now I want the it to come all the way to the edge of this reel. And I'm going to line it up all the way up and down. So look, then half of the reel is using this color and half of the reel has that color underneath of it. And I just think that gives it a nice fun look. So bring that here. Okay. And now I am going to tape these ones to the outside. And they're going to go right out here. Oh, that's a little bit off screen. I'll move it over. Slide it over a tad. So I see a few more people have joined in. Feel free to say hi if you'd like to. Makes me feel not so lonely over here. I feel like I'm like broadcasting out into space. So this one's going to go all the way up against the edge. So far, see how that's coming together? I'm going to pull the passport one back up. So it's just coming together super nicely. Okay. So next up, I would like to add the little pieces on here. And that is using this. Now I'm just going to flip it and grab myself some pieces because I'm not making an actual border. I just want these little ones, and then I don't have to use quite so much paper to do it. So I'm just going to come in. And oftentimes, so this collection I'm just getting started with. But oftentimes, I'll just use little pieces of scraps that I have. I just don't have the scraps right now for this. But I'm just coming in, using a little bit of paper and getting myself some circles. Okay, I'll come in and get some of this color circles. And I always just try to use colors I've already cut because what's really nice about a collection is that everything is designed to go together. So you can just use up what you're already cutting. And then I have whole sheets of paper for the next 3 weeks where I'll be building the next 3 sketches. Okay, so there's all those. And I'm going to grab a few of these. This is the one that I cut for the edges. And that gives me 6 colors to play with. That should be plenty. Okay. So now I'm going to take my little pile and I'm just going to come right down this, and I'm going to put some tape right in the center of each of these. Super simple. And now I can decide what colors I want to go in. Oh, look how fun that is. I like that a lot. Flip this one this way. think I'm just going to stick with those two colors down this one. Love this so much. I was really excited that this collection is out for the year. The punches did sell out, but do not stress. They are coming back. So I think I'm going to need some more of these. I'm going to do one side of the page, I think. I'll use up the rest of these little dots. Start with the same one up here. Now, do you, when you do the virtual crop, if anybody wants to answer this, do you use just the single pages, or do you turn them into double page spreads too? Just curious what everybody else's go-to is. Because I very rarely have a single page, personally. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and do this side. Let's see what colors I have to work with. Oh, this is nice. Oh, nice contrast right there. I like this one for here. Yes, Lori does double page spreads too. Love that. So any collection that you have, you can build right on it and use those elements of the page to save some time and money. So there you go. I'll put those ones down later. I'll just do one side for right now so that you can get the drift. Okay, so let's pull this back up. If you look, I followed the sketch. So the sketch used these little rectangles right here. And I did that on this side. And then when I made it into a double page spread, I didn't. I just put my pictures in and then I added some embellishments. So you can decide if you want to take it all the way across to be exactly the same, or if you want to mix it up a little bit. But I usually just mix it up a little bit and keep the main elements the same. So I'm going to come in and use, one of my favorite things, our new trimmer, photo trimmer. It's amazing. And if you measure this across, it is 6.5. So I'm going to go to 3 1/4. There we go. And then I'm going to use these, I think, here and here. I need my corner rounder. Corner. There we go. And the rounded edges. I'm going to round the top edges on this one. And almost there. So now I just need another piece here and another piece here. And I am going to make those from the paper instead of using the mats. There are now 12 mats in a collection. And so I'm going to mix it up and use a little bit of the paper rather than all of my mats. Oh, I need to trim this off first. Have the little triangles on there, remember? So get those off. and make it 3 1/4 by 4 1/2, and it'll match the other. The other rectangles I have going. Okay, so I'm going to corner around these corners here, and they're going to go up top, and I'm going to corner around the top edges down here, and I am going to actually keep these both on the blue side. I really like the blue side. I could flip it over here. Well, these are both brown. I think I like it this way best. Okay. So we go here. And I love building right on top of my mat. When I build on top of my mat, then I don't feel like I need to waste a whole lot of time figuring out measurements, because you can see them right there and get them the same top and bottom just by lining it up on here. And that's it. I will have my pictures. I just had my pictures from my most recent trip. So one of the things one of the reasons I called this Travel Through Sketches the Fabulous Way is that this is actually our August trip to visit my daughter in Belgium, and I will be scrapbooking all of the pictures from our Christmas trip during the course of this channel. So I will add those pictures whenever they arrive, and I will show it to you next week when I come on, because they should be here by the time I do this next week, and then I will do the next sketch. So, okay, well, thank you so much for joining me. It was really great to see everybody, and Happy New Year.